in partnership with Peacock and making sure our customers who have Peacock as part of their subscription are able to stream any minute of the Olympics.
I mean, it's amazing to think about, you know, the BlackBerry was great, right? I mean, and now being able to do these amazing things on these incredibly large screens, right? That we all have, in our homes these days,
Right.
but also be able to take that and put it on the little small screens that we all carry in our pockets,
That's right.
and it's like and have to be able to make all this stuff work, and that's what you guys are responsible for doing.
When one of the projects that we had for the Olympics in 2012, we partnered with our colleagues. They were our new colleagues at the time at NBC, and at the time they were doing something that now seems so like table stakes, but at the time was super ambitious. They wanted to stream every minute of the London Games, and this was over a computer, right? So website and a login process. And what they said to us was like, how do we get this in front of customers? Like, we think this is really cool. Like, they had all these rights. And at the time, in order to, like, when TV Everywhere was first getting on the ground, when we first did it for the Vancouver Olympics, it was like a 9-step process to like verify your username and set up a password and make sure that you truly are a paying subscriber. And just 2 years later, we worked with them for something that we called automatic in-home authentication. So you're an Xfinity Internet customer, and you're also an Xfinity cable customer, and we thought, well, if we know all this stuff about you, like, why are we making the customer, go through this 9-step process of verifying their username and their password? Like, we can just sign them in. Like, so when you were at home, you clicked on a link from our Xfinity website and you went to NBCOlympics.com, and the video started playing. And at that time, it was so new and different. We actually took that step forward for the Rio Olympics. And we put all that same content on the big screen on X1. So to your point, like, little screen to big screen. And we were really excited about that, because then we were saying, our customers, you can watch anything you want for the Olympics. Like, literally every minute is being streamed on an Xfinity X1. And don't forget, this is back, this is 10 years ago in 2016. Like, that was a new thing. And then, to your point, when you go back to the little screen, now we're doing that on our Xfinity Stream app as well. And of course, in partnership with Peacock, and making sure our customers who have Peacock as part of their subscription are able to stream any minute of the Olympics. And it's really been a strong journey. And I think one of the biggest learnings I have is, a customer said to me once, well, to us once during a focus group, like, it doesn't matter if you're giving me every minute of the Olympics if I can't find the 1 minute that I want. And like, we literally wrote that on a whiteboard, and we really took that to heart. And we're like, well, how do we make it super easy for these customers? And like, we got to let them personalize it, and we got to have recommendations and make sure that, when figure skating is on, they know figure skating is on, right? And then we just broaden that out beyond the Olympics to all the other sports, because, as we continue to study it, we notice that, we talk to our customers, and it's something that, we do all the time. Customers like, look, if I have a show, and it's hard to find where a show is, but sort of when I find a season, I kind of know where it is. But for my sports teams, they're on different channels every single night. And if you can help me find them night after night, that would be a great service. And we've worked with our programming partners, NBC and Fox and Disney, ESPN, but also the leagues like the NBA and MLS and the NFL, to make sure our customers could find their teams on a repeatable basis and make it as easy as possible. And again, these are types of things that, when I first walked in the door at Comcast, we were just hoping to make sure we give customers scores on our website, and now we're giving them automatic, using AI and algorithms to make sure they can find their team as soon as they turn on their TV.
So I got to ask you, so how does that work, right? How do you, so, all right, we all, are, want to watch our favorite team, and you have no idea what network they're on, because, there's a new deal that a league did with ESPN, and then they were once ESPN, now they're Fox, and now they're on, Peacock, for Friday games or whatever, and you're like, well, I don't know where to find them. And then, so how do you sit down with your team and say, okay, let's fix this. Let's make this, let's solve this for the consumer.
Right. Well, one of the great things about X1 is that it doesn't matter. This is what we're telling our customers now. It doesn't matter if your team is on traditional TV or if you're streaming, because this is an internet connected device, right? It's a super powerful device that we're putting in your home, and we're going to do all that hard work for you, right? So like there's no changing inputs, right? There's no changing remotes and things of that nature. There's a lot of ways that you can get to it. One of the things we tell our customers is like the safest way to like just say sports, right? And
Yeah.
and we have our whole homepage outlined to give you, if it's Monday Night Football and you want to watch that on ESPN, or if it's on ABC in your market, we'll bring that right to you. But if you want, to your point, stream an NBA game that's on Peacock that night, right? You can do that too, all from the same spot. And then was really the key. The backend technology that our technology partners have been able to build was really the key for us to then have a lot of fun on the front end, so that we could create this user experience. And the other piece, Wayne, was we told our customers, like, if you have a favorite team, favorite them, right? Because then we'll have a special section within our experience. I'll have just your teams, and create shortcuts in order to get to the live games, the highlights. We have all these team pages. So I find myself not only favoring the Yankees, but also favoring the Red Sox, because I want to make sure, that they're losing night after night. So as a Yankees fan, right? So, and when we talk to our customers, like I found out, like I'm not alone. Customers are saying like, yeah, I'm going to favorite a couple of teams because that's who I want to keep an eye on. And then as it's evolved, we find that people are really favoring teams that line up with their fantasy players, right? So they can keep an eye on them night after night. So it was really an interesting way for us. The mission all the time is like, just make it super, super easy for our customers to just lean back and watch.